Hello and welcome to the December 14th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And David Woolbrecht.
And here, my friends, are the stories we're covering this week.
We'll recap the only city council meeting in December. We've got rental assistance for Kirkland renters and landlords, and how to protect your family from fraud.
We also have some safe storage tips for lithium-ion batteries. Make sure you're winter ready, and how you can hold your next meeting at Fire Station 22.
That'll be fun. So we're also talking about how to practice holiday sustainability. More on that. But first, our big story of the week. We did it, my friends.
Woohoo!
We saved enough water to help replenish our region's water reservoirs.
Yeah, so Seattle Public Utilities is no longer requesting that customers voluntarily conserve water.
The water reservoirs that the city of Kirkland utilizes have been replenished, and there's enough water for both humans and fish. They account for both when we go into those conservation times.
And this is a thanks to the recent rainfall and all of our water conservation efforts. So it's a great job.
All around, yeah, and which is helpful because I need to keep Nordman, our tree, watered.
Tree.
Yeah.
Now you can.
I know. I do so without guilt.
And
That's
I have
good.
to say, it's slightly counterintuitive that we have to conserve water.
While it's dumping rain from the sky, yeah.
But
So,
it's really good to know.
Yeah, so I think those two factors, we, didn't just leave the kitchen sink running all day, and we had gallons from the sky.
So we came through, and congratulations, everybody.
Good job.
So the City Council had their only meeting this month on December 12th, and here's what happened. On the business agenda, Council heard public testimony on proposed amendments to the Kirkland Zoning Code, Chapter 95, which has to do with tree protections during redevelopment.
Mm-hmm. And following that public hearing, the council actually adopted those amendments to the tree code. Also, the council amended the Kirkland Municipal Code, authorizing a new universal relief program for low-income households.
And that's going to be really great.
That's utilities, right?
Yeah, utilities, all fees, that sort of thing through the city.
They also approved reducing the speed limit. This is from 35 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour. This is at that curve in Finn Hill,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, up Goodwill Hill, I think.
And at the study session where yours truly presented,
That's true. You were
One of
the
three.
main characters
Yes.
of the study session.
one of three topics. My topic was an update on the future of Houghton Village.
Yeah, we also heard updates to the 2024 school impact fees.
And a potential additional pedestrian crosswalk at 100th Avenue at the cross street of 140th.
Now, you can, of course, check this all out on the video of the meeting. It's on YouTube, our website, and our Facebook page. The next City Council meeting is next year.
Oh my gosh.
Where did 2023 go?
I don't know. But you can watch it on Facebook, on the website, and on YouTube.
That's
Wait, you already mentioned that. Okay.
And January 2nd is
Yes.
our next council meeting. So tenants and landlords in Kirkland can get help with rent. If you're a tenant seeking a new lease and face barriers such as low credit scores or bankruptcy, or
If you're a landlord who wants to decrease the likelihood of tenant default,
Then we have an assistance fund of $45,000 to support situations just like this, to help people get housing where it might be a barrier.
absolutely. Yes, this is the relaunch of the Rental Risk Assistance Fund, and it's a really amazing program funded by federal funding from the American Rescue Plan Act.
so if you'd like to learn how to protect yourself and your family from fraud, we have some information for you. And then by fraud, we mean scams, identity theft, and other consumer issues.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah,
that
I
time
keep
of
getting
year.
calls from someone
brutal.
called Scam Likely. Do y'all know?
Oh, you get
Yeah,
those
scam
too.
calls.
Yeah. Does Mr. Likely call you? Okay.
Very grateful for the phone identification
Yeah,
system.
absolutely. Well, for things such as that and other fraud, identity theft issues that are going around, January 25th, the Kirkland Senior Council is hosting a very special presentation by the group Consumer Protection Washington, giving all sorts of tips and tricks on what to look for and how to prevent fraud.
Pre-registration is required. We'll have that in the show notes.
So if your holiday shopping list includes gadgets that use lithium-ion batteries, we have safety tips for you from the Kirkland Fire Department. Lithium-ion batteries power a lot of devices that will be wrapped as gifts this holiday, like cell phones and laptops and hoverboards.
Hoverboards.
Hoverboards. Man, I got to tell you a story. I don't think it was a hoverboard, but it was one of those like little boards with it had wheels on it.
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be self-balancing.
Oh, gosh.
That would be
Oh, did it not self-balance for you?
self-balance,
Okay.
no. But the Kirkland Fire Department has many recommendations.
Yeah, so be sure to buy products that are listed that the batteries were on a nationally recognized testing laboratory. You can stop charging lithium-ion batteries once they are full. This is one I need to incorporate into my life because apparently I'm a walking fire hazard. But.
You also only want to use the charger that comes with the device.
And stop using the device if the battery shows any signs of damage, like excessive heat, popping sounds, or swelling.
Oh, gosh.
Wow. And when it comes to e-bikes and e-scooters, actually the safest place to charge them is outdoors.
But make sure they're in a secure location.
Yes. Hey, you guys ready for winter?
I don't know.
Well, Kirkland's
Yeah,
Office
it's
of
here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Ready
I
or
am
not.
ready. Yeah.
So Kirkland's Office of Emergency Management has some suggestions on how to be winter ready. The theme of this show, of course, is, I guess, tips.
Yeah,
Tips and tricks.
Yeah, 'tis the season. Yeah, so if it snows, not sure if it will this season, but if it does, make sure your winter plan includes how you'll get to work and what you will do if you can't make it to work.
Yeah, such as having alternate routes to the places you normally travel.
Make sure you have a go bag for items in your car that include warm clothes or a blanket, flashlight or with fresh batteries, winter shoes, an ice scraper.
That
things
sort
like
of thing.
that.
Yeah, and all of this and more in an amazing video that was just put out by our Office of Emergency Management. You can find that on the city's YouTube page.
Super helpful, yeah.
So if you need a place to hold a meeting, how about Fire Station 22,
Ooh,
David?
yeah, it's shiny. It's brand new. It still has that new fire station smell.
It's
yeah,
ready
it's
to
really
roll.
great. Yeah, so we are reopening the community room, and this is the fire station located in Houghton, right there across from Metropolitan Market and such. So the community room can be used by local or organized community groups, such as cities, boards and commissions, neighborhood associations, other government agencies, and other local organizations.
So we're not talking about parties, no parties or social events
Yeah.
or alcoholic beverages.
No.
Okay, well, noted. But you can book the community room online at the city's website. Super
Nice.
easy.
So if you'd like to help the environment this holiday season, here are some environmentally friendly tips from our Kirkland Conserves team, who come on our show now.
Yeah, they
We're
do.
very
Yeah,
grateful for that.
we'll hear from them again soon.
You can recycle broken holiday light strings. Check locations throughout King County for that.
Or talk to my father, who's quite the expert at fixing Christmas light strands.
All right,
He brings out
insider
the
tip.
electrical tape.
Oh, he has some like on his belt, I think, at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Otherwise, don't put plastic yard decorations in your recycle bin. In fact, you could donate them to a thrift store
a great
instead.
idea.
Yeah, way to reduce. Yep.
Yep, upcycle those and also upcycle your gift bags and wrappings to use again. And you can recycle your holiday tree with Waste Management the first 2 weeks in January.
Also, sweep up salt and de-icers after snow and ice melts to prevent them going into our streams.
So, Kate, we have some upcoming events. It's your last chance to give toys for the Kirkland Fire Department's annual toy drive.
Yeah.
They do such a great job with the toy drive.
Yeah, they do. A lot of toys. Today and tomorrow, you can drop off toys.
Yeah, any Kirkland Fire Station. We also have a lot happening this weekend. And so on Saturday...
Wait, take a note out, everybody. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
hit you with a very busy
Day.
Busy day.
Yes. So, monthly craft cafe at Kingsgate Library.
Community bonfires.
Check that out.
The third annual LGBTQIA plus holiday pride potluck. It's gonna be big fun.
And cap out your day with a performance of Dreaming of the Nightwave Christmas 80s holiday concert
80s.
at
I
the
love
Kirkland
that.
Performance Center.
So definitely rest up Friday night.
Yes.
Get ready for Saturday.
And then on Sunday, you can get out with the Green Kirkland Partnership and do some planting and restoring the forest at Watershed Park.
Sounds very
Really
relaxing.
great. What a great lineup. And that brings us to our last segment this week, our 5 in 5. 5 questions in 5 minutes, approximately, with our special guest, Tiffany Trombley from the Kirkland Police Department.
Woo!
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for that introduction.
Well, we're very grateful to have you.
Oh, I'm very grateful to be here. Well, I'd like to just say I am the Neighborhood Resource Officer, your one and only here in the city of Kirkland. So thanks for having me.
What does a neighborhood resource officer do?
Gosh, great question, Jim. I like to think everything, wearing many hats here, but gratefully I get to be the liaison between the community and the police department. So if you have a neighborhood concern, that's me. You'll be calling my number. Also work with other entities within the city as their liaison.
So even though your title is neighborhood resource officer, You kind of like everybody's resource.
I'm like everybody's resource officer. I do like the title neighborhood because,
It's very neighborly.
Yes, very neighborly. So it's great.
So we're going to ask some questions. You have some really good tips for us, the theme of the show, tips and tricks. But before we do, Tiffany, we have a couple of questions for you. And first is, how did you come to Kirkland?
I drove my vehicle. Kidding. I came to the city of Kirkland about 13 years ago, so I've been with the city for a while.
Yeah.
I was a lateral police officer from another agency, so I've been here.
What part of the country?
Not part of the country. Still Washington,
Washington
just
State.
5 minutes south of the airport, Des Moines.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And lateral is where you were an experienced officer at another agency and then kind of
Correct.
came in. So
Yes.
okay.
Correct.
And just another example of how we really have the best police department.
That's true.
Fact.
Facts. And I'm still here 13 years later.
Great.
So
Awesome.
what are some of your favorite things about Kirkland?
So, gosh, in thinking about that, I would have to say that my favorite things about Kirkland are it's different every day.
Yeah.
I do absolutely love the waterfront. And as a parent, I love that our waterfront includes parks. So I like to come in, even on my days off, to bring my kid in for the parks.
It is such a special part of our city and the history of our city. Because the city leaderships many years ago preserved a lot of waterfront space for people, and it really pays dividends. We ask that question, and invariably we get that is one of the answers we invariably
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think when I was looking at agencies from moving here, I thought, gosh, the only thing I know really about Kirkland is that there's all this waterfront. And that's the only thing that I've been here for. So
And that's
here I
pretty
am.
good.
It's very good. So it's still one of my favorite things.
Oh, I love that.
So, Tiffany, what are you here to talk about this morning?
Well, I'd like to talk to you guys and give you some tips about car prowls. So
Yes, please. Yes, please.
for those of you that don't know, that's somebody breaking into your car that you don't want in your car, obviously. So just some things to think about. When and this will break off into some seasonal ideas as well, since we're coming up on holiday shopping and
totally.
people being off of work for holiday breaks, that type of stuff. So when you're considering that, please, if you can, use a garage or secure location whenever possible. That's going to stack the odds in your favor. Park in well-lit areas where your car can be seen. Avoid isolated areas, so park near locations that are frequented by pedestrians. We want to be in places where other people are going to be so they can see stuff. If you hear anything suspicious, like sounds of shattering glass, someone looking into vehicles, please call us 911 or our non-emergency number, which is 425-577-5656. Make sure you roll up your windows, lock all your doors, secure any of your items in the trunk, and look around before you do that, because sometimes people are watching you. So I like to add that little
that's a great
nuance
tip.
in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I kind of look like a weirdo when I'm stashing my packages in the back of my, my car.
Better
but
that than, have the
that's
packages
right.
gone. Yeah.
So, so just with that in mind, also holidays, if we're going to be shopping, bringing a lot of things, you're checking back in with the car, so you're not having to carry a bunch of stuff. Do secure those items in the trunk. And if you have a cover to cover that with, for those that have the open window, please put the cover on the back.
Yeah,
as
we have
well.
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, or just throw a blanket over the back, because you'll have your emergency pack, right?
Yeah,
there you
When
go.
it's ready to winter, right? Use your alarm if you have one, and install any anti-theft device if you can.
Right.
I also say do not leave any valuables in your car. So some of us will say, oh, I don't want to carry my beautiful handbag with me, but don't leave it in your car. Make sure you take that stuff with you.
And for people like me,
Yeah.
and I have this little thing on my dashboard that has a magnet on it, so I just
Okay.
throw my phone up there.
But do
for
you walk away without your phone, Jim?
So for people like me, you have to take the phone,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise it's just literally a billboard.
Yeah.
It is. Advertisement for take my phone,
Take my phone.
break my window, take my stuff.
So yes, please just remember, Jim,
Jim, grab your
grab
phone.
your phone.
Throw a blanket over your dashboard, Jim, if you don't want to take
Well,
it.
there's kind of like intuitive things like that where if you have somebody in the back seat, maybe you cover it up or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
Yeah, these are great tips. I got popped into last year, and I'm kicking myself about
you?
not following a couple of these.
Oh, I'm so
Did
sorry.
you leave
Kate.
your phone on your dashboard? No.
No, but it was dark. I left my car in a dark spot.
Yeah. Okay.
No one could watch after it.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. Well, those are wonderful
Tiffany,
tips.
thank you.
Thank you. A neighborhood resource officer for all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will you come back?
Oh, I'd love to come
Yeah,
back.
we would
Thanks
love
for
to have
having
you.
me.
back.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can sense
more
I can
tips.
sense a reoccurring guest. Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we just have one question left.
Oh, we do have one more question. Yes, please.
Yeah. So, what is a favorite book or movie or show that you're watching these days?
Ooh, gosh. I'm going to go with Great British Baking Show.
Oh, that's a big favorite.
Future Halloween costume next year. I'm just saying.
There you
Go with
go.
Prue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
have-
yeah.
oh,
Prue, for
Do you
sure.
have a
She is-
favorite character?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Prue.
Yeah.
By far. She's just
best.
splendid. Just, it's too stodgy. Like, that is my favorite saying by Prue.
The challenge with watching wonderful shows like that is you eat.
Eat, and you think you're a great baker. I was just thinking, gosh, I'm going to go bake some bread. No, that was a fail. Keep to the stuff
Just,
you're good at.
just
Well-
keep at it and you will get good.
In your defense, though, Bread Week is often like whoever wins Bread Week, they've got a good chance to be in the finals.
Yeah.
So
They do.
So
One day, maybe I'll get a handshake.
Oh,
You
yes.
never know.
And a perfect show for the holiday season while everybody's baking and
Yes.
cooking.
Yes.
Okay, so can you hang out? We
Oh,
have
yeah,
we have a
absolutely.
little bit of trivia.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so here we go. Two of these choices set off alarms. The other is secure in its truth.
Clever.
Pick the correct car security fact from the following.
oh, okay.
A, the first car to come with a remote key was the Renault Fuego in 1982. And I remember that car, for the record.
Did it have a remote?
I have no idea. I think I just saw it on magazines. It was an interesting
okay,
looking
okay.
car.
Yeah.
B, the first car alarm was offered in 1969.
Whoa.
Or C, the obvious answer, I would be heartbroken if someone stole my 94 Colt Vista with a bad head gasket, even though I have the keys in it with the windows down.
Okay. Must be C.
Must
yeah,
be
you're-
C.
Well, I mean, and Tiffany just gave us very clear
Yeah.
tips on no windows down, no keys in the ignition. So clearly it's C.
Clearly.
Well, the answer, my friends, is A.
Oh.
Ooh.
In fact, the first car alarm was offered in 1956, not 1969,
Wow.
which is really interesting.
What was that?
Was
What
the
was it?
alarm somebody sitting in the car yelling when the window
Right.
I prognosticated that it was a little gerbil.
Oh, there
And
you
when
go.
the car started
Okay,
moving,
okay.
it was
Yeah.
chugging along. And
Yeah.
Like
set up-
mines.
Yes. All right. Well, don't forget, drop off those unwrapped toys at Kirkland Fire Stations by tomorrow, December 15th.
And that does it for this week, my friends. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to Sue Romero, Chris Peterson, and Anthony Girardi for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next episode is December 21st. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.